Hi everyone, thanks for watching America's Report. I'm Christina Aguayo.
The Department of Justice has found yet another batch of classified documents stashed at Joe Biden's home in Delaware. This after top secret documents were discovered at two separate offices at the Penn Biden Center, and another batch was found in Biden's garage. The latest stash was discovered after the FBI conducted a consensual 12-hour search in Biden's home that included all working, living, and storage spaces. Opposite the surprise FBI raid that happened in Mar-a-Lago over documents stored under lock and key at President Donald Trump's home, the DOJ made a deal with Biden allowing his attorneys and White House counsel to oversee the search. The documents are from Biden's time as a senator as well as his time serving as vice president to Barack Obama. And as the scandal surrounding Biden intensifies, his chief of staff, Ron Klain, is expected to step down after the State of the Union address next month. This, according to a report. Klain's expected departure marks a significant turnover in the Biden administration as Biden himself is facing numerous investigations by the House Oversight Committee into his shady business dealings with his son Hunter and his business partners in China, as well as a probe by the DOJ over those classified documents. Meanwhile, President Donald Trump is demanding that Republican lawmakers stop the Democrats from taking money out of programs like Social Security and Medicare to pay for Joe Biden's, quote, reckless spending.
Which is more reckless than anybody's ever done or had in the history of our country. Biden has blown out the federal budget, wasted trillions on left-wing lunacy and the ridiculous Green New Deal, which is a tremendous problem and embarrassment to us. While we absolutely need to stop Biden's out-of-control spending, the pain should be borne by Washington bureaucrats, not by hardworking American families and American seniors. The seniors are being absolutely destroyed in the last 2 years.
In the video posted to Truth Social, Trump went on to list out where cuts could be made, saying,
cut the hundreds of billions of taxpayer dollars going to corrupt foreign countries. Cut the mass releases of illegal aliens that are depleting our social safety net and destroying our country. Cut the left-wing gender programs from our military. Cut the billions being spent on climate extremism. Cut waste, fraud, and abuse everywhere that we can find it, and there's plenty of it. But do not cut the benefits our seniors worked for and paid for their entire lives. Save Social Security. Don't destroy it.
The mayor of Atlanta, Mayor Andre Dickens, has confirmed that explosives were used in the riots that broke out in downtown Atlanta over the weekend. Mayhem erupted in Atlanta's upscale hotel district right next to the Ritz-Carlton over an officer-involved shooting that resulted in the death of 26-year-old Manuel Esteban Paez-Terán. According to police, rioters were wearing all black and appeared to be members of Antifa. They threw rocks at officers, used hammers, fireworks, and spray paint to damage buildings. They smashed out windows and even set a police vehicle on fire.
It doesn't take a rocket scientist or an attorney to tell you that breaking windows and setting fires is not protest. That is terrorism. And that they will be charged accordingly. You know, we are very fortunate that when the men and women of law enforcement responded, none were harmed. And so no Atlanta police officer, no sheriff's deputy, nor Georgia state trooper has been injured.
Protesters took to the streets after the news of Terán's death was announced. Police say the liberal activist was killed after he shot a state trooper in the stomach. And that's when other officers returned fire in self-defense and rescued the trooper.
It's simple to those who seek to continue this type of criminal behavior. We will find you and we will arrest you and you will be held accountable.
Every citizen of this city should know that where criminals should arrive inside of Atlanta, Georgia, they will be met by their police department.
The trooper was wearing a bulletproof vest and is in the hospital in stable condition. In New York, a 17-year-old Brooklyn teen was jumped by 6 gang members who stabbed him to death as he tried to escape. Police say it happened in Coney Island after school on Friday when the group chased and cornered Naheem Wright in a Rite Aid parking lot. Wright was taken to a nearby hospital in critical condition with a collapsed lung and a punctured vein. He later died. Police are still searching for the suspects. Wright's murder caps off a violent week in New York City as earlier in the week, teen boys stabbed a 17-year-old in the back twice, and a 16-year-old shot an NYPD officer. On Thursday, a 15-year-old was shot and killed outside of a recreation center, and a day before that, a 13-year-old shot up at Queens High School, hitting two students as they waited for the bus. Many claim that Mayor Eric Adams, a former NYPD officer, has done nothing to curb the crime in New York City. Florida Congressman Matt Gaetz has introduced legislation aimed at abolishing the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosives after its controversial new rule. This week, the ATF announced that it will be banning stabilizing braces, which is an accessory that is used to convert pistols into short-barreled rifles, to anyone that doesn't have a special license. Anyone caught with one will be charged with a felony, and if convicted of a felony, that person will no longer be allowed to have a gun. Gaetz said that the continued existence of the ATF is increasingly unwarranted based on their repealed actions to convert law-abiding citizens into felons. He said they must be stopped. The ATF has already imposed taxes and regulations on short-barreled rifles and shotguns. Many claim that the ATF has been infiltrated with gun control activists who will eventually ban all firearms.